WMBF News today at 5:30.
Hiring locally, that's the goal of restaurants and businesses in the Market Common. We'll have more on Tupelo Honey Cafe's plans and changes to their menus. And when it comes to upgrading two busy roads in Carolina Forest, a donation campaign is falling short. We'll tell you the work that's underway to change that. And right now, robbery suspects are on the run in the Grand Strand. We'll tell you who police are looking for. And the jury selection begins in the Boston Marathon bombing trial today. A look at the case as a community continues to heal.
But first, let's get a check on these temperatures. They have steadily been dropping since I've been at work this morning. We're now down to 48 in Florence. It feels like 45 because winds are out of the west, just light this morning, but it doesn't take much to give us a wind chill. And also a westerly wind means that cold front has indeed passed through. For the Grand Strand, it's 54 right now, so still a little bit on the mild side across the beaches, but these temperatures are going to drop as well throughout the early morning hours. I would say until about 9 o'clock, where temperatures dip down to the 40s and then start to rise again. We're going to get into the mid-50s this afternoon, and then as we head later on in the week, we have temperatures that are kind of all over the place. Notice today, right where we should be, and then as we head towards late in the week, those temperatures drop. We'll have those details at 5:45.
Thank you, Marla. Well, the good news is there's no accidents to report for your Monday morning. You can see everything's moving smoothly out in the PD on I-95. As you hit those Grand Strand roads, 17, you can see at Lake Arrowhead and here at the back gate, still not dealing with any issues there. Now, this is a big week for road construction. We have a lot to talk about this morning. This is for North Myrtle Beach. There's going to be some late maintenance on the Barefoot Swing Bridge. What that means is you will have some lane closures here. Now, the city says this will last about 3 to 4 weeks. So I suggest if you're headed on the bridge, you're going to see about one lane closed. Just leave yourself about 5 extra minutes. Theo?
All right. Thank you, Jenna. And breaking news right now, our sister station in Charlotte confirms a fire at the home of Panthers coach Ron Rivera. They say it happened about an hour ago. Firefighters say there is heavy smoke coming out of the attic of Rivera's home. Officials say that Rivera and his family were not injured in the fire. No word on what started it. Meanwhile, we're expected to learn more about the Horry County Police Department's newest tool to help protect our community. A press conference is being held to introduce Rescue One at police headquarters in Conway today. Rescue One is an armored vehicle. Representatives tell us the addition was made possible through a military property program. Right now, Myrtle Beach police are looking for a man who robbed a woman in her hotel room. They say a man pretended to be a maintenance worker at the Breakers Hotel Saturday night. The victim told police he needed to get into that room to fix a leak in the bathroom. That's when the man wrapped a towel around her face while another person went inside the room. The suspects are believed to have stolen $3,000 in cash and a cell phone. If you have any information about this case, call police. A Cherry Grove man's body was pulled from the water at Harbridge Marina. The Horry County coroner tells us the victim is 59-year-old James Entitle. The body was found Saturday. Police don't believe foul play was involved. An autopsy performed yesterday shows the cause of death was drowning. A new restaurant chain is setting up shop in Myrtle Beach and bringing jobs with it. Katrina Helmer joins us live from the Market Common in front of what will be the new Tupelo Honey Cafe.
Well, restaurant owners tell me that they want to hire about 100 people, and they really want to focus on hiring locals here at Tupelo Honey Cafe. Now, the positions they're looking to fill are everything from bartenders to dishwashers, hosts, line chefs, sous chefs, servers, and much more. They need a large staff because they have a high-volume restaurant with 250 seats, and they'll serve food 7 days a week for brunch, lunch, and dinner. So if you have restaurant experience, they want you to fill out one of their applications online. We'll have a link for you on our website, WMBFnews.com. They're sifting through those online applications right now. Then they'll set up face-to-face interviews for later this month. Other businesses in the Market Common are of the same mindset. If the area is supporting their business, they want to be sure and support the area and hire locally. The manager of Charming Charlie tells me that the business owners and managers will look out for each other and their employees.
All the different retail stores, we all help each other out too. We go and talk to each other, how's business, all this. Do you have people who want second jobs? Or if we're hiring people, we say, oh, these new stores are opening. If you need a second job, sometimes you just can't give the hours.
Tupelo Honey Cafe is based out of Asheville, North Carolina. They have multiple locations in 5 different states. This will be their first beach location. Reporting live in Myrtle Beach, Katrina Helmer, WMBF News.
One of the fastest growing communities in the Grand Strand is looking to upgrade parts of its road, but to do so, they need your help. Last month, the Carolina Forest Civic Association announced a potential plan to beautify the medians on Carolina Forest Boulevard and River Oaks Drive. The group set up a GoFundMe webpage asking for $30,000 from you to make that possible. So far, not a penny has been donated. The Civic Association's president says they aren't worried at this point. He says the group hasn't had a chance to advertise the project yet and will do so more in February. Some neighbors we talked to think this is a great idea.
It's fairly inexpensive, and I think the returns that you're going to get for your money are well worth the $10, maybe $15, $20 a year that you throw into the coffers of the association to make it look nice.
The Civic Association has also applied for a Palmetto Pride grant to also help fund the project. This morning, the suspects police say shot and killed a clerk at the Sun House gas station in Longs remain on the loose. Horry County Police tell us it happened Friday night. These are images from the security camera. One witness told police that he saw several men robbing the clerk and telling him to give up. When officers got to the scene, they found several shell casings and the victim's body. If you know anything about this case, call police. And before police responded to that deadly shooting, an armed robbery, they were here. Employees told police a man wearing black jeans, a black jacket, black shoes, and a red hat robbed them at gunpoint. It happened at the Dollar General off Highway 905 in Longs. Police say the suspect got away with some money but was found at a mobile home park where he took off in a car. 2 men are behind bars and an officer is on administrative leave after a shooting. Listen to this. Police in Charlotte say an officer was off duty when a fight broke out at a Buffalo Wild Wings. Witnesses told investigators that the officer tried to break up the fight but was attacked. One man describes the chaos.
I did see an arm go around the cop's neck, and that's when I really backed up. And that's basically when I heard the sounds that were the gunshots.
Police have arrested 2 men in this case. Investigators have not identified the man who the officer shot. He's in the hospital with life-threatening injuries and is expected to face charges as well. In just hours, the first potential jurors in the Boston Marathon bombing trial will arrive at the federal courthouse. More than 1,000 people have been asked to show up, and the difficult and emotional process now begins. NBC's Jay Gray is in Boston with more.
In the almost 2 years since the attack,
I am standing!
The path to recovery has been difficult. The steps slow and painful, but always moving forward. And later this morning, survivors in this city will take another major step as jury selection begins in the trial of bombing suspect Dzhokhar Tsarnaev. He's pleaded not guilty to the attack that killed 3 and injured 260 during the 2013 Boston Marathon and to the murder of MIT police officer Sean Collier after the attack. Today, more than 1,000 potential jurors have been summoned to the federal courthouse in South Boston to begin the trial. Boston's mayor understands it's a necessary part of the healing here, but insists, just like the attack, what happens in the courtroom will not define his city.
People just feel that they know what happened on that day, and I think a lot of people already say, okay, let's just move this thing beyond so the families can have some peace.
Peace and justice that so many hope to find in a federal courtroom just 2 miles from the site of the deadly blasts. Jay Gray, NBC News, Boston.
In Sumter County, deputies say a feud between 2 families put 1 person in the hospital and 2 others in jail. Investigators have charged 43-year-old Joseph Henderson and his son with simple assault. Officials with the sheriff's office say it started when the suspects attacked a woman in a Food Lion parking lot. That's when a man came to help. Police say the men then attacked him. They say the son got into a truck, ran the victim over, and dragged him 30 yards.
I can tell you that after we arrived here, we also had more people arriving from both sides of the conflict coming out to this scene. We had a lot of people responding to this area in anger, in frustration.
The victim was flown to a hospital in Augusta. An update on his condition has not been released. Tomorrow, former state representative Thad Vyers will go before a judge as part of a federal money laundering case against him. That's according to court records. Federal prosecutors say Vyers laundered money and lied to IRS agents. Vyers faces decades in prison if convicted. He has pleaded not guilty to 14 charges. The South Carolina Tea Party Coalition will hold its 4th annual convention from January 17th through the 19th. The event will be held at Springmaid Beach Resort located on South Ocean Boulevard. There will be speakers, training sessions, and entertainment. The convention is limited to 600 people, so you are asked to pre-register. It's $40 per person and can be paid at the convention. For how to register, head over to WNBFnews.com. We have the information posted in this link under the local tab. A warning right now for you before hitting the roads. The Georgetown County Sheriff's Office will be doing driver's license checkpoints through the month of January. They plan to have enough deputies at those checkpoints so to reduce the time that you're delayed while traveling the roads in the county. A law to control how internet service providers like AT&T, Verizon, and Comcast deal with the flow of content on their high-speed networks is expected to be voted on next month. The 5-member Federal Communications Commission will consider a proposal called net neutrality. Details of the draft proposal have not been released. President Barack Obama has asked the FCC to put internet providers under the same rules that telephone companies follow. The federal fuel tax could be raised to put cash back into the Highway Trust Fund. That's according to the incoming chairman of the Senate Commerce. It's an option lawmakers are considering before a bill funding the Highway Trust Fund runs out in May. Gas and diesel taxes haven't risen since 1993. The federal gas tax is 18.4 cents per gallon and the diesel tax is 24.4 cents per gallon. Happening now, investigators are looking at the wreckage from a plane crash that killed 4 members of a family. 7-year-old Sailor Gutzler was the only survivor. Investigators say she walked almost a mile to get help in Kentucky. A preliminary report will be released in about 10 days.
Having someone that is a witness always helps us in the investigation. It gives us kind of a storyline, and it's helpful in any situation.
The NTSB says a complete report about the incident will take up to a year to complete. Ladies, the type of shoe you wear can be putting your feet at risk. The warning you need to hear about when choosing style over comfort.
And today will be sunny, but temperatures remain cool. What's ahead and for the next 24 hours in my first alert forecast? It's just 2 minutes away.
The Choose to Lose program